What's good with it in the hood with it? Welcome back to the Collective Clips, where you already know we get it in. But before we get it in, let's hit that like and subscribe button. Ding! Put your notification bell on all, so that way you're directed in the direction of the dope content I'm kicking. And I highly appreciate all the support, man. We're going up on this channel, and it's all because of you. And for that, I can say I'm very humbled, and I'm very much so appreciative. So thank you. I know I can do this, none of this, without you and your support. Gracias. So yesterday, man, there was all kinds of shit put out there that Lefty, orale Lefty, Lefty Gunplay pulled up to Santa Rosa, right? Pulled up to the Bay, pulled up to Santa Rosa, the North Bay, right? And decided that if for no other reason, man, he was going to cruise around town, broad daylight, do a little filming, let everyone know the get backs are real, right? But was it really Lefty? You know, from what I'm being told behind the scenes, it was not. Chale, right? A lot of people like to antagonize the situation. Okay, when him and Bands started beefing and Bands decided to pull up to his neighborhood, he did that, right? Doesn't matter, like I said, if it was midnight, 1 in the morning, 4 in the morning. All you got to do is watch the video and you could tell by the direction of the sun exactly what time it was, right? Do like a Mayan and read the sundial, right? Go back to the gente, the original ways, and start using hieroglyphics and shit. And you could see that he was there during the mornings and daytime hours. Now, trip out on this. Lefty's been very, very quiet on that situation. Now, I know he has went on tour and he has did some concerts and he has mentioned norteños, he has mentioned bands. And basically, you know, he does what he does. And no one's going to dictate that man's program. He's going to go out there on stage and disrespect who he wants to disrespect, and he'll feel the repercussions later. But he was pretty quiet with the whole band situation. And I expressed in several different videos that was the correct thing to do. Don't let anyone spit on your shine, homie. Keep doing what you do. Keep getting that bag. Keep prospering and stepping it up a notch and hitting other levels. But, you know, it's hard to take. As a gang member, as someone who's got a platform, who's out there, a public figure, it's hard to take. I mean, imagine what Drake's going through right now with Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar just shit on Drake's whole life. Exposed him. A minor, right? He exposed his whole shit. You know what I mean? Hey, right now, Drake ain't even trending. The only thing that's trending is Kendrick Lamar, Lefty Gunplay, and the Hawk Tuah girl, right? The Hawk Tuah girl is getting more shine than Drake at this point. You know, what Lefty Gunplay did was commendable, man, respectable, by just ignoring it, shining it on, and continuing to get to his back. I mean, there was no other thing you could do. I mean, what's he gonna do? Pull up in fucking Bands' neighborhood and do what? Spray paint? Shoot a music video? I mean, for the guys that like that shit, they like the drama, they'll be like, oh yeah, cool. He did that. He ran that back. But then, knowing the way Bands is, he'll just double back and do something. And it'll just keep going and going and going. Yeah, it's good for views. It's good for I guess, buzz. But at the end of the day, it ain't good for your life, right? Because not only are you going into Bands' neighborhood, but you would be going into other Vatos' neighborhoods. And they're not going to appreciate that. They're real serious up north, just like down south, with Vatos cruising through neighborhoods and just thinking that they could fucking sit down and do their thing comfortably. You know, if someone sees you, it could get tricky fast. Now, I do understand that I seen somebody was cruising around in Santa Rosa, but from what I'm being told, that was an upstate Southsider that was cruising around and sent that footage to Lefty Gunplay, and people automatically assumed that that was Lefty. Now, it's I seen another channel say what they said, and I said, man, they're absolutely correct in what they're saying. At this point, the placas, the juras, everybody knows what time it is. And they're just waiting. They're waiting for Lefty to fire back or do something like that, which I think is a stupid move, because then they'll have a reason to indict people, to get people, to catch people up. You don't want that. When you're making money, you're getting your bag, the last thing you want is to deal with, you know, the officers of law. And everybody watches YouTube. Everybody watches social media, Instagram, TikTok, all that. So everybody knows what moves people are making. I mean, if Lefty is in Arizona, everyone knows where he's at. If Bands is in Sacramento, everybody knows where he's at. So right now they're being watched and scrutinized very closely, I'm sure, by the powers that may be. At the end of the day, Lefty did the righteous thing, and that was pushed on and didn't even address the situation. See, I do that too. Sometimes there'll be a lot of people that are hating on me, making videos, reacting to whatever I'm doing. And you see 9 times out of 10, I won't even address it. You know, I won't address it because it's not fucking with my livelihood. It's not affecting me in any type of way. I have pride, but I'm also a man, and I'm of understanding that, come on, bro, it ain't that serious, right? It's really not that, you know, but sometimes it can get that serious. That back and forth shit comes to a point where certain people feel like, you know what, fuck it. I feel like I have to do something physical. I feel like I have to really, really do something because you're making me look bad to a whole bunch of strange people, right? It's crazy how the world works, but it's been like that forever. It's nothing new. You know, now it's just everything is seen on camera. There's not anything that happens that's not put on camera, recorded. It's just what it is. That's the era we live in. That's the world we live in now. Everything is done on social media. You know, that's the new gangbanging. Type it out. Type it out. You type it out. Vatos will argue up and down whose hood, whose vodka was hardest, what side of California is worthy, all over the internet, and then feel like they did something, then get up and go make them a sopa, come back and see if someone responded or hit the like button on their shit. And when they get not a lot of likes, man, it makes them mad, so they drop another lug, right? It just is what it is. At the end of the day, if they get their 100 likes, motherfuckers will go to sleep happy knowing that they got their gangbang on. True stories. Was that Lefty Gunplay yesterday? No, that was not Lefty Gunplay. If it was, perhaps, and he is deciding to go into that neighborhood, a band's neighborhood, and do a video, well, then I guess we're going to have to find out and see. Do I think it's the correct move? At this point, no. He's not benefiting from it. I mean, you might get some views and some likes, and a whole bunch of fucking dudes that jock are going to be all happy and scream how, you know, oh, he did that, he did that. But, man, why be happy about someone who you respect or you admire putting himself in a situation that could keep him away from his bag and his family? You know, be happy for him coming up. Don't be happy for him when he goes down, because that's a situation, man, nobody wants to put on anybody. Anyways, Bands did what he did. Is he one up? Yes, he is. But Lefty's still getting money. Lefty's still getting thou wows. He's still selling out stadiums. He's still doing his thing, and you got to respect that, right? For those that are keep antagonizing the situation, keep on bringing it up, keep on saying, hey, Lefty, you need to do this, or Lefty should do that. What are you doing, right? Besides fucking trying to pump another man up, you know, if you feel that type of way, you pull up. You know, I heard they were like, hey, look, Lefty's cruising through the neighborhood and ain't nobody out there. Come on now, man. Vatos are always cruising around everywhere. I can cruise through my neighborhood right now and probably no one's out there. Might be a viejita watering the lawn. But if you catch motherfuckers out there, you know, then you'll know. You know, I've seen so many videos posted on YouTube and other social media platforms where vatos are cruising through neighborhoods, right? And they always say the same shit. Ain't no one out here. Ain't no one out here. And guess what? There's probably never going to be anyone out there. You know the time to go cruise around. You know damn well in every vodka, motherfuckers ain't just out there fucking at 8 in the morning. Vatos are sleeping from getting fucking hectic mamones the night before at the carne asada. They're out there probably boning your old lady. They're not out there. They're chilling. Motherfuckers nowadays, man, are in the studio, in the lab, on tour, getting money. We're talking about rappers here. We're not talking about gang banging. You know, if you really want to do that, you can hunt, pull up when you see motherfuckers jump out the whip and do your thing. You don't cruise around the neighborhood and say, hey, I was here and no one did that. You're in a car with tinted windows. No one can see you. Stop it. No one's tripping like that. You know, that's why Bands was able to do it be so comfortable with it and do it. No one expected him to do that. No one was tripping off him. When he walked into that store and took a picture with the owner of that store and did all that, the owner didn't give a fuck. Just buy a bottle, homie. You know what I mean? Just put some money in my pocket. You know, he didn't know that his store was going to be on a music video and all that. I'm sure they might have said, hey, you want to fucking be in a music video? He's like, fuck it. Hey, it's more publicity. All publicity is good publicity. He didn't understand the situation, that it was a disrespectful thing. You know, it's not hard to fucking pull into a trailer park and walk through there. You know, I'm not downplaying Bands what he did because I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was a righteous ass fucking clap back, right? But at the end of the day, man, the beat just will keep going on like a whisper song. You know, I don't think Lefty is going to bring himself down to that level to do that. And I commend him for not. Because, like I said, man, the cops already are watching. That's like people that throw all their business on social media. You know, disrespecting people. Hey, I'll pull up. I'll do this. I'll do that. You don't want to do that. You're not trying to do that. You're hoping someone will stop you from doing that. You are literally truly hoping that someone would get in the chat and be like, hey, bro, don't do that. You're a real one. You don't need to fucking do all that. Motherfuckers want a Captain Save-A-Hole. They want someone and oh man, I would have, but the homie's right. Come on, bro. Just don't say it. Just do it. That's it. You know, just don't say it, because when you're out there saying it, you know damn well, man, it's a cry for help. You're trying to alert the authorities to be there too. Hey man, give me your location and I'll pull up. And you want the feds and everyone else to pull up as well to stop you from getting injured. That's a true story. You know, there was a YouTuber about a year ago, maybe even a couple years ago. He was an Africano, and he very disrespectful, highly disrespectful, right? And he used to go from barrio to barrio, hood to hood, disrespecting, spitting on their signs, on their graffiti, kicking over memorials, talking all kinds of high-powered shit. I'm in your hood. You're not going to do nothing. He'd go live from their hood for a good 5-10 minutes before he got on down the road. And he was able to facilitate this type of content and get away with it for a minute, right? But eventually, he went into the wrong neighborhood. Then I seen a video. This is his last video, right? And people are like memorializing him like, hey, look what happened. And there was a lot of people that were like, it was bound to happen. You can only antagonize for so long before motherfuckers get tired of it and catch up to you. And he would say the same things people were saying yesterday about the Lefty video. Oh, man, hey, ain't no one out here, man. I'm all up in your hood. Where you at? Where you at? Right? And then, boom, they were right there. Where was he at? He ain't there no more. He ain't at where he was at no more. Now he's dead, right? So you fuck with the wrong people and hit the wrong block or the wrong corner, a dead-end street, man, and you might not get get-backs. It might be, oops, I did it again. Britney Spears, you're done. Okay, there's been content creators that their whole get down is antagonizing people, talking shit, woofing, disrespecting, and then they disrespect the wrong people, or they say a little too much, and then all of a sudden it's like, hey, I apologize, man, I shouldn't have did that. It's too late. Once it's out there, once the disrespect is out there, there's nothing you can do about it. And, you know, there's been several content creators that have lost their lives behind that, or been injured behind situations like that. Best thing to do is understand that the world is tricky, that this social media stuff does impact real life nowadays, and you can't let it impact your life. So stay quiet, stay humble, be respectful, and keep it pushing, man. You can't be a trendsetter. You can't, and you got to understand, there's a lot of youngsters watching. There's a lot of kids watching. They get all pumped up by your activity, by what you do, because you got influence. So you've made a name for yourself on the social media platforms, and people are going to listen to you and do whatever you say to do. You know, that's kind of like back in the days, man, where I seen several people shoot them up, bang, bang, and do things. And the parents and the society was quick to blame music. Oh, it was the hardcore rap music they listened to, or it was the heavy metal that they listened to, that they thought they were the devil and shit, and it influenced them to fucking kill their best friend, or whatever they did, right? They blamed it on the music, okay? When at the end of the day, it's up to the parent as a parent to go in your kid's room and listen to what they're listening to. You know, I know if I walk into my kid's room and she's listening to Gangster Gangster by NWA, I'm turning that shit off. I'm going to take the CD, I'm going to go bump it in my car. I am, right? Because I know what gangsters really do. But I'm not going to let that influence my child. And you know, at the end of the day, you got to blame bad parenting for a lot of this shit. Don't blame the music. But on social media, man, there's a lot of people that their lives are hinged or influenced heavily by social media. You know, they want to go out and get the new toothpaste, or they want to go out and get the new shirt that everyone is wearing that's trending. And, you know, all of a sudden you see all kinds of tortas running around the town with those fucking diamond TikTok pants on, right? Thinking it makes their ass look better. Here's the truth. It looks flat as it was yesterday, only it's diamond imprinted. That's it. That's the truth of the matter, right? But it lifts my shit up. Yeah, but someone's going to tear that shit down. That's the truth of that. I don't think that was Lefty. I think Lefty is going to fight back the best way that you can fight back, and that's success. You know, I was always told by OGs and laced up the right way, and I was told, man, being successful is the best antidote to poison, right? Being successful hurts hearts. People that hate you and truly want to see you fail, and there's a lot of those nowadays. Man, there's more of those that want to see you fail than there are those that want to see you successful, right? But when you're successful in the eyes of adversity, guess what? You shine, homie. And the motherfuckers are all hurt. That's the best way to do it. Who cares what people think about your character? Who cares, man? As long as you're getting your bread and your family, that's the only ones that you should care about, your loved ones. As long as there's no threat on them and you're doing your thing, you can't be mad. That's it. Just keep it pushing, right? But, you know, I see a lot of people antagonizing the situation. I see a lot of people pumping it up. You know, I know that the upstate movement is thick in Northern California, and I know Norteños upstate, you know, with them upstaters up in Northern California are feeling some type of way about them. And this has brought the focus and the attention back to Northern California cities because of a move bands made, right? So when people are like, hey, fucking these vatos ain't out here like that. They're not on posted. They don't have their hood locked down. No one's waiting for fucking Lefty to pull up. No one's on post, just on alert 24 hours a day, waiting for some skinny vato from fucking Baldwin Park to pull up. You got to understand this, and this is true stories. I know a lot more gang members, active gang members, are starting to watch social media. But back in our days when social media first started popping, we didn't give a fuck about YouTube. We didn't give a fuck about Moco Space or MySpace or Facebook or none of that. We were too busy in the trenches getting active. I said we were too busy out there making power moves, wearing shower shoes. We were too busy out there in real life. You know, we didn't give a shit about listening to someone's war story. That wasn't our thing. See, it's a little prevalent. It's more prevalent now. Now you got active gang members allegedly doing podcasts and talking about the same thing that I guess the Dropout's been talking about for a while. I guess they've seen there's money in it all of a sudden. I guess now it's the thing to do, right? Now people are catching the wave, and it's almost late. It's almost too late. The same things that I get ridiculed for and shit talked about me for, you're putting too much out there. You're speaking on hood shit. Whoop de whoop. Now you got active dudes doing it, and they're getting praised for it. I set that trend, right? There's a lot of other people that set that trend. And not say too much because I know what to say and what not to say. My thing is not to be disrespectful towards those big four organizations and active gang members doing their thing. I respect the get down. I know I was once a participator, right? But at the end of the day, I'm also a participator and hoping that the youth realize, man, that there's no future in the fronting. There's no future in trying to act some way if you really ain't got that instilled in you. Okay? For those that are 40, 50-year-old gangbangers still running around trying to pump up the kids, you're a fucking predator, man. That's the way I look at it. That's predator activity. When you're a 40, 50-year-old man running around with fucking 18, 19, 20-year-olds, pumping them all up and having them fucking do dirt for you, that's predator activity, right? If you're in the game like that, Holmes, and you're incarcerated and you got vatos making moves for you, there you go, Holmes. Yeah, that's an extension of yourself. I understand that. It's been like that for years. But if you're a 40, 50-year-old man right now running around on a beach cruiser, man, pulling up on the little homies talking about, damn, homie, this, and that, trying to pump them all up, you're displaying predator characteristics, man. You're not trying to paint them kids in a good light or push them in the right direction. You're trying to have them go in there and fucking get you a little bit of money so you can get you a pistol because your old lady kicked you out last night. Stop it, right? Anyways, Lefty Gunplay did not pull up to Band's neighborhood, man. I got that on good authority. I talked to someone that said, Charlie, bro, if anything, that was an upstate South Sider who's feeling some type of way, man, and wants to antagonize it, and he recorded some footage and shot it to Lefty. And they could be wrong. Maybe it was Lefty. Maybe it was. But I'm gonna hear the first version, right? I don't think so, right? I'm not saying Lefty's a soca or a punk. Far from that. I don't believe that. I believe if the vato was right there with bands in the same room, man, they'd handle their business. But I don't believe it's that serious or that tricky, man. I've been seeing a difference in the last week or two, man. I've been seeing Southerners that I respect, like Cholo Juan, Baldacci, get out there and keep it real, man, and say, you know what? I ain't got no problem with the Norte, man. I got no problem with them vatos. They're not my enemy, guys. They're not right here. Shit, I ain't tripping off them. It's all respect, Holmes. We're going to give respect and get it, right? And I've seen Northerners do the same thing. But there's a certain group of these youngsters, man, that I ain't trying to hear that. They're all pumped up. The cool thing is they don't know the history behind it. There's a lot of dudes that don't know the history behind the Norte and the Sur. They talk that shit, man, but they don't know what they're fighting for. They're willing to sacrifice their life to look cool and don't even know the historia on the conflict. They fucking base it off what they see on YouTube. There's always going to be different versions. There's going to be a northern version of the story. There's going to be a southern version of the story. Then there's going to be my version where I'm going to keep it uncut and real and tell you, man, the history on certain things. I'm not trying to poison anyone and turn them away, man, from what they ultimately, what's their fate. Everyone has to make their own choice. I'm just saying, man, don't allow a situation that doesn't even involve you, to involve you. You know, this Lefty Gunplay and this band situation, man, who gives a fuck if Lefty pulls up to his neighborhood? To tell you the truth, if he did and he does, more power to him. If that's the move he wants to make, let him do that. You know, but I don't think it will end well. You know, I don't know why people sleep on the Norteños and think that they're not going to handle their business, bro. Are you fucking confused or something? You know, you didn't grow up in the areas I grew up in the Central Valle, man. It was gangbanging was real, homie. Motherfuckers were getting their top knocked off every day. And guess what? It ain't changed. They're still getting their top knocked backwards, right? It's what it is. You know, we might, as Norteños up north in Northern California, and I'm speaking from someone who trooped that way, who was a Northerner for a lot of years, right? We might have a different type of lingo and a different type of speech pattern and a different type of style. But at the end of the day, the gun won't shoot itself. Motherfuckers will get behind it and let it loose, right? The gun doesn't say the N-word. The gun says the pow pow word. And believe me, there's a lot of people with them. Got to recognize that, man. Instead of being part of the fucking problem, be part of the solution. Let Lefty do Lefty. And people need to stop speaking on his business, because every time that you say, hey, Lefty Gunplay pulled up here, or Lefty did this, or Lefty did that, you're bringing fucking authorities into the situation. You're dry snitching on him. I don't give a fuck if I see Lefty Gunplay right there in Band's hood throwing it up. People are like, hey, damn, was that Lefty? Nope. Maybe I've often looked like him, but nope. Because I don't want to get that fool incarcerated or locked up or blasted on. You know, when Bands did that, he put that video out there. No one else leaked it. He did that shit, right? There was no denying it. And he did it not for clout. He did it for the clapback. He's already said why he did it, right? He felt disrespected. He felt that, and Lefty did. Lefty disrespected him first, said his name, said he was going to put him on a shirt. So that Vato said, well, fuck you. I'm going to go to your hood and do this, right? Should Lefty fucking retaliate by doing that? Nah, Holmes. You know what I mean? You're even Steven, right? You know, he might have went a little bit harder, but at the end of the day, bro, it's not going to prove nothing. It's not all it's going to, you know, there's always going to be the one who wins. There's always going to be a winner, man. There's always going to be someone a little bit more talented or with a better idea. That's like when people used to try to go against me, man, on this shit. And I used to kill them on the get back videos when I used to do that, right? There was no, I'd have motherfuckers hot and mad. They'd be like, damn, Gun just doing too much. It's just, I'm just smarter than them. That's just it, you know? And there was guys that were smarter than me, and I would take an L when I took an L. Anyways, man, the fact of the matter is, Lefty Gunplay did not pull up to Santa Rosa. That is debunked, and that's a good thing he didn't, right? With that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. Get everything that you want coming, and remember at the end of this about the strive, the struggle, the struggle, the strive. I'm going to hit you with bangers today. I got a Super Norteño coming up and a Super Paisa today on this channel. Make sure you guys tap in, man. And I got some bangers on Gunners Collective TV. Go show some support. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive, struggle, and strive for what I honestly and truly believe in. And that's the betterment of all people, man. Hey, shout out to Lefty Gunplay. I'm glad he's making money. And shout out to Bands. You know what it is. Woo!